Tanya.
Hey, Dan.
Hi.
How are you?
I am very well. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to you. The girls, well, you know how it is with young ladies. Anyways, I'm sure.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, I have two teenagers myself.
So you know the makeup and everything at the last minute. Anyways, we just got back from the farmer's market and we had some fun shopping down there. But I don't really know you that well, but I have seen you a lot on Regeneration Nation. And
Yeah.
I'm making a YouTube video right now, Tanya.
Okay.
Are you excited about that?
I am excited.
Have you
I
seen?
can't even believe you're actually on the phone like you're real.
Oh, so you like the videos on the YouTube?
I love the YouTube videos. I watch you all the time, like you live in my house.
Oh,
My kids say, "Oh, Dan's on again." I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, that's so sweet, Tanya. I am just so happy and honored to have friends like you out there. That's what keeps me going here on the monkey house called YouTube.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was calling because I wanted to let you know the good news is that you, Tanya, are the contributor of the month for the Regeneration Nation forums.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Well, Tanya, you cannot. The thing about the Regeneration Nation Contributor of the Month thing is that you can't fake it. You can't just post up a whole bunch of stuff and think that all the numbers. It's not the amount of posts. It's the love that you're putting into it and all the service that you're doing over there and the support for everybody on Regeneration Nation. And I really appreciate that because it takes a load off of me, you know.
Thank you. I love to go there. It's like I was an alien before Regeneration Nation came along. I mean, I was alone in this. I had you, but, you know, I couldn't get feedback. I couldn't. And now I can go there and it's friends. And, I mean, I've made some good friends there. And I've even made, you know, Ken Martell's a good friend of mine now. When we chat on the phone, he's like my pocket companion now. I mean, it's like we can support each other and check in on the threads and see you on there and see your videos, and it's really incredible.
Ken must have taught you how to become Contributor of the Month then.
Well, I don't know.
Is there a conspiracy here?
No, but we just go there all the time. I mean, we're always on there.
Yeah, well, you guys are
But,
helping
you know,
a lot of people, so that's really awesome.
well, I will have you know that I want to tell you that this lifestyle, it's changed my life, Dan. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not elaborating. I mean, I was so sick before when I stumbled across you that, I mean, like I felt like I would die from the things that was wrong with me. And, you know, I watched you. I listened to you. It made sense to me. Fruits, vegetables, and love. And simplify. And I did that. I did everything you said. And I healed myself from IBS, leaky gut, food allergies, lupus and arthritis symptoms, acne. I used to weigh 209 pounds, and I weigh about 115 now at 5'11", so it's pretty lean, you know, effortlessly thin. But, you know, I just did what you said, and it happened, and it was right. I mean, it's true, and it's just, I have the same passion for it as you do, because when it happens to you, you want to help people, you know?
Yeah, and you know what's cool about it is that it just keeps getting better and better. You know?
No.
Your energy, your flow, your ability to release, the suppleness in your body, the suppleness in your spirit, and the constant evolution. After 13 years, still evolving at a breakneck speed, using the medicines of the earth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I am amazed. I didn't know very much about you, Tanya. Just a little bit of what I've seen on the Regeneration Nation. This is very exciting for me. What were some of the things that were the main tools that you used to heal yourself?
The main tool, it was the juice, really. The juice, I mean, my iron level and my hemoglobin was so low at one time, they wanted to do blood transfusions. I mean, I just pumped myself full of green drink, just constantly. that's what started it. And I mean, I've been living about 100% raw for 5 years now, and that's just how it is, raw food or bust. If there's not raw food, I just won't eat. If there's, it's the family gathering, and that's fine. I just enjoy the company and eat, bring my own food. But it's the juice that's healed me is what it is. It's given my body the nutrients it needed and rebuilding it, and I've broke it down several times. I mean, I've done 10-day water fast. I've done 30-day juice fast there on the site, which was cool because people could check in and, some people did it with me. Some people, are at different levels. And it's like you say, everybody is at a different level. And that's what's cool about it. You can go where they are and then they're all on their own journey, which is what's so great.
So the juicing, which is something I look forward to sharing more of in the future, how drinking more and eating less can really accelerate not only your physical healing, but as well as your emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being as well. And then, of course, the 3 pillars here is really becoming a part of my personal program due to just this massive revelation. And then it's compounding more and more. So using the earthing and the breathing and the sunlight and really getting out as much as possible, keeping my windows open all the time, even if it gets cold, and just keeping that oxygen fresh, and then really drinking liquids all day and eating one meal at night has brought me to a whole new level. And so I'm going to go into that some more. So it's wonderful to hear you talk about the liquids, because the hydration, we're just dehydrated and we're not conducting electricity through the cells, and we're getting clogged up from all these wrong foods, and then everything just gets jammed up. Your flow, your abundance gets tripped up, your health gets tripped up, your relationships get tripped up, your relationship with yourself is all bogged down. So we're trying to get this flow going through us. So that's one of the beauties of the juicing. And so where are you at now, Tanya, with everything? Are you stabilizing at the weight?
I'm pretty much stabilizing at the weight, and every day I just pretty much have at least 64 ounces of juice through the day. Lately I've been on your cellulite melter because I really like the citrus, but all day with that, about a gallon of water. I have some fruit late afternoon if I want, but then at night I have a big salad with all the greens and vegetables I want, and either avocado or soap nut-based dressing. That's just how I do every day, and it's working, so I'm sticking with that.
Amen. I'm telling you, that's basically what I'm doing. You're basically on the same program as me, and it is epic.
I know. Listen, when you had your live chat the other night, I told Sophia, I said, listen, I could come over and I'll even clean up. It was like I was over at your house with you. That was great.
Did you really like that? That was my favorite live chat, because with Sophia, they're asking the questions. When you see that thing going on and you're trying to stay focused on talking and thinking, you can't do it. And the other ones had the chat box going by so fast. Hey, Dan, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Dan, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, you're trying to answer one question. So anyways, it was definitely better to do that with Sophia asking the questions. I had a great time. Did you hang till the end?
Oh, listen, Ian, also known as Kathy, he's there on the site. He and I, we were the last two standing. We stayed, we called it the after party. We were kind of joking around. And yeah, we had the tour and everything. I felt like I was over there with you. It was awesome.
Yeah, that tour was the funnest part for me, but I really enjoyed sharing the information. So many things have been coming to me, and then on the YouTube, the videos are so short, so to have about 2.5 hours to talk with all y'all, even though it was kind of the same thing, it's more advanced in my ability to explain it now, and also the vision that I'm getting with the importance of staying connected with nature, because of the elements within nature really generating energy in the nervous system, which then, of course, keeps the organs functioning properly. Because when the nerve flow goes down by the separation of our connection with nature, sunlight, oxygen, and water, then the organs stop functioning as well, and then you get bloated and fat and sick, and everything gets clogged up. When we get that flowing again, and we get the nerve force higher again, then we definitely do well. And the thing about the fatty acids is the ability for the nerves to function at a much higher level, which I just, I can't say I wasn't aware of it, but I didn't realize the importance, and I hadn't had the experience of it. So I have been really enjoying myself lately. My own health has been epic. So we're going to continue on with this mission. I bet you're affecting people in your life in a real positive way, aren't you, Tanya?
Well, yeah, and my kids, they drink the juice, and they live on a pretty much vegan diet too. But they're kind of at a different place than me. But they're on board with it. I'll tell you, the only problem I see is that really nobody around me feels good enough to play with me. I mean, there's just nobody. Nobody's on that level, and that's what I want. I feel like your personal disciple out here. When you're on that YouTube and when you're dancing and you're singing with the music, I'm dancing with you right out here, Dan.
Wow, that is so, so cool. That will really, this will really help me to continue to stay strong. As you know, the YouTube gets a little bit crazy sometimes. But that's all right. That's all right, because that's my lesson. But it's nice to know that you're out there, Tanya, because, this is pretty serious to me. This is my life, and I put my life on the YouTube there, and it means a lot to me. This getting healthy and changing my life from where I was before, and then I really enjoy it when there's people like you who get the transformation. And if you want to call me your disciple, that's fine, because, or whatever I just said. But anyways, because I am going to continue to grow, Tanya. I have things coming on the horizon that I can see. I'm going out into the desert to do some fasting. I'm going to do some more, vision quests in Costa Rica, really digging deeper into this knowledge and experience. And then I just look forward to sharing it with people like you that are able to absorb it, because you're vibrating at a frequency that will allow you to absorb the radiation that I am putting off through the videos and the Regeneration Nation, etc. So thank you, Tanya, for your wonderful service. I had no idea who you were or how awesome you are, but I will tell you right now that you definitely deserve you deserve way more than the small piddly prizes that we're going to send you. I don't know if you have a juicer. Obviously you do, but we're going to send you another juicer, and you can.
That's great.
It's a Kuvings juicer, and we're also going to send you some NCP stuff, and we're also going to send you a Raw for Life package. I'm sure since you're my disciple, you already have all that.
I do, but you know what? Sometimes I like to loan those videos out, and I'm really very picky about it. So now say I have an extra copy to loan. That's exciting.
That's cool, Tanya. Well, is there anything else you want to share? You're so cool, but we pretty much summed everything up, how awesome Raw Foods is, how much it's changed your life. I want to know a little bit more about you. All I know is that you're a teacher.
I am a first grade teacher. I do want you to know, and people to know, that, it's real. For years, even my family, my husband stepped over me while I cried in pain in the floor. That is no exaggeration. People would say, you're going to let yourself die, just go on the medicine, go on the prednisone, take the doctor's advice, and I just wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to sacrifice my organs for not even a cure, for just muting down the symptoms to only eat that worse later. And, I was just a girl who tried to heal herself on and on, and then I did. And it is true. And people around me know it. They see it. I'm 41 years old, and I have never felt better. I didn't feel this good when I was 20. I didn't look this good when I was 20. So it's real. I want people to know that. Just like you try to touch people, it's like you just want to put your hands on their shoulders and say, really, it's real. You can do it.
Yeah, and keep your mind open and keep the negativity out of your life. Don't listen to any naysayers, and you followed your own heart. Because if you're intelligent, and a lot of people are just, there's like a laziness there. There's like, you'll do it, let the doctor do it for me. Well, he can't. He can't do anything. They don't have the magic of the living understanding. These guys, in general, they're not alive, and they're dying earlier than we are. And so we're trying to find teachers and healers that actually understand life principles so that we can get well like this. So that's just another awesome thing. But are you still pretty lonely in your neighborhood, even though everyone can see that this has worked? They think, oh, it just works for you, you got lucky. Or are they able to deny the raw food power in your life?
Well, there are people, on the juice, but my mother and dad and my kids are teenagers. That's a rough road for them, but they won't get on board like me, but, they don't see, I don't think, the need. They don't realize the different wavelength, the different vibrancy that you live on, it's really not just even the health, it's the mental aspect, too, that you shed light on. I've been married for 20 years, and my husband has just walked out on myself and my kids. And if it was not for the frequency that I live on, I could not do it. I would not have the strength. But, I think about those tidbits you've thrown out there, like, don't live with resentment. This person's moved on, and then 10 years later, you're saying, well, that blank, look what he did to me. No, I'm not going to do that. It's a step in my journey, and I'm free to dance. I think about those things you say. So I think people see that too. They see that different vibrancy coming out.
Tanya, you are the reason why I continue on, and I love it. This is the most beautiful testimonial I think I've heard in 4 years on YouTube. You get it. Thank God there's somebody that gets it. I know there's other people. It's hard work and it's thankless sometimes. It's all like entertaining and stuff, but there's also something much more going on, and this is why I live for this, and this is why I do the hard work, and I continue to grow. And I love this, Tanya. This is so inspirational. You are such a gift to me today, and you're such a gift to thousands of people right now, because this is epic that you can heal your life and you can vibrate at a frequency like me. Like, certain things do get me down, but there's certain other things that just don't get me down. Some of the deeper things, we have to keep on working at those. There's unconscious programming and whatnot, and those things take a little more time to root out. But there's these other things in these in life where you bounce back a lot quicker when you're a living person with the living foods. It's very important. A lot of people negate the power of the living food, but it's the people that do this 100% living way. Those are the people that really impress me. I'm not trying to put anyone down or judge anyone. I'm just saying that this is an awesome thing, and I got it the first day that I read the Essene Gospel of Peace. And I struggled because at that time I was still fully strung out, but I knew it. And I read that book and I knew in my heart, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to fast and pray and eat raw foods until the Lord of the house returns, until the joy and the spirit of life overtakes me again and lives me. No more Dan, just a beam of light on earth. And so until the Lord of the house returns, I will continue to do what it takes, because I want to stare in the face of the one that I love the most, which is my truest, deepest self.
I believe you will too. I really do.
I've got a lot of great helpers, and I've got a lot of angels working for me, and I have a lot of brothers on the other side that are praying for me. They're singing for me. They're angels. They're in their white robes, and they are just empowering me every day, and they're giving me challenges, and they're giving me triumphs, and they're keeping me balanced, and they're keeping me humble. And and they're just handling, everything is handling, and it's getting more and more beautiful. And I recommend that people get hydrated and go raw, because then you can see what we're talking about. It sounds good when we're rapping here on the video, but when you actually experience it yourself, then you are really just like, wow, they are not kidding around. This is the real deal. Raw living food with electromagnetic energy actually feeding the electrons in your being, which feed the atoms in your being, which feed the molecules in your being, which feed the cells in your being, which feeds the body. And then you become this electromagnetic, conductive, radiant source of life for all those around you, and lift up the whole planet, including your own joyful experience here on Earth. So, Tanya, you've been inspiring me.
I don't want to be any less than that. You know, I saw somebody on the site, saying, going to whole food diet. I mean, and that's great and all, but here's the thing. Why stop there? Why not want all you can be? Why not want to live on that higher vibrancy, the higher frequency and wavelength where you can just have it all? I mean, I lived on that diet for many years, and I never healed myself until I went 100% raw, got hydrated with the juices every day. And then that's when I did it, Well,
the thing is that, we really have been programmed for mediocrity. We have been poisoned for mediocrity, and none of this is an accident. If you think the global elite, with their infinite resources, can't figure out ways to dumb us down, and do so in airports and chemtrails and vaccines and educational systems. I mean, education has hit the skids. The academia is subpar. They're not teaching you anything that you can use to create a powerful life so that you can have joy. I mean, what do you want? Do you want more money, or do you want to have joy? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all such an emphasis on economic and spiritual slavery. They want to keep the vibration down, and they know that they have to keep this truth from getting out there, because otherwise, people like you and me, Tanya, we don't really need much. A little bit of raw food, a whole lot of sunlight, someone to play with. I talked to a 61-year-old lady yesterday. She's like, she got it. She was like, I'm going to go out and play more, And so it's just time to, I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you're not playing, you're old. If you're not going outside to play, then you are old. So that's just how it is. I love to play. I can't wait to play every day. I fit in sometimes, somehow, to go play with my kids, or to go play, I'm not going to say that, just to go outside and play. I was going to say play with myself, but that won't sound good. Tanya, you get it. You are awesome.
Yeah.
You can share some more if you want, because I know everybody at Regeneration Nation is going to be so excited that you got to have your own video with Dan the Man. And Tanya,
right.
I'm going to give you permission to call me anytime you want, because sometimes I need help. And if I had someone like you to talk to, I would be super stoked every day. You know what I'm saying?
I wish you could see how big I'm smiling. Like that's the biggest prize I think I've ever heard.
What's that?
That's the biggest prize I've ever heard, that I could call you. That's exciting.
Well, I know that a lot of people, I mean, I'm not out of touch, but my phone does go off a lot. But, you're just somebody, you've really touched me today. This is epic for me. It's just wow. Thank God, because I don't always see the people like you. I see a lot of the people that don't understand. I see criticism. I see the lack of understanding. I see like a lot of sick people who you can't get this into their head. You can't get people to choose life because of the programming, and they know that if they can keep our pituitary and pineal and our glands from functioning and our nervous system from functioning, they can keep us from waking up. And this is a dude here who's digging for the truth. And thank God some very small amount of the holy writings made it through the burnings back in the 2,000 years ago, when they burned everything, and they've been burning everything that's truth since as anybody that writes anything, and I've heard stories of this like you wouldn't believe. Another dude goes out and spends his whole life, 40, 50, 60 years studying like living and life and how to become illuminated as a human being, and then all their work gets burned and they disappear, you know? And so we're barely able to just scrape by. Now there's too many of us now, and it's becoming more common sense. I mean, at least we're trying, but people just, they don't understand that living vibrational electromagnetism. Do you want to be a cooked apple, or do you want to be a raw apple? I'm looking at it and I'm like, I want the vibration of the raw apple. I want to smell like a raw apple. I want to have the rosy cheeks like a raw apple. I want to have the essential oils of the raw apple, unaltered chemically by the addition of heat. And it's not just raw foods, as you know, Tanya. It is all the aspects of life. It's the forgiveness. It's the let it just fall off your shoulders. I mean, what else have you learned from watching these videos that has benefited you?
I mean, it's just like the other day you said, you know, when you go out today, who can you show love to? Who can you receive love and make a connection with? And when you go out with that mindset and you're just out to see love and give love, it's a different world, you know. But people are out to be negative, look for negative, and that's what they see. That's sad to me. You know, it's the greatest thing teaching small children that they still sort of have that. Some of them, only some of them now, still have that light in their eyes and in their life. But you have to look hard. But I do. I take those tidbits with me, and you know, bad things happen, and I say, hey, that's all right. And I say, can you dig it?
Keep that light. Keep that light and become children again. That's what we need. And you know how we do that? We keep that innocence. We keep that love. We forgive. I mean, I'm still working on stuff too, you know. Things get said and I get all bummed out for a couple of days, but then I get to talk to you, Tanya, and you lift me right up out of this, you know, this thing that I've got into. And I woke up this morning and I said, no, I'm not going to let negativity affect me, because I saw even more clearly than ever before how negative thoughts were obstructing the flow of my divine health. Because for about the last few weeks, I mean, really, when Tavis came here and I found like I have a friend, I have somebody who understands what I'm trying to do with my own personal life, and he gets it, you know, and it felt so good. And then he taught me so many things. And then I've been so happy, you know, and I've been feeling so much healthier and better with his knowledge and guidance. And then some things happened on the YouTube, and it just, that there was this block there in my heart, and I was like, wow, I wish people wouldn't treat me like that, you know. And I had to take a couple of days to understand, you know, that we've all been, then I thought, well, we've all been programmed with poverty consciousness. We've all been programmed with guilt and shame around money and abundance, and we feel bad for trying to know that we are the children of the light, that we deserve so much more than we've been taught and told. And now these unconscious programs are keeping us from reaping the harvest of being a good human being. And so when we do go out with the intention to love, we can get that childlike sparkle back in our eyes again, and we can be children until the day we decide to consciously leave this body behind. We don't have to go out gasping for breath. We can become in control of our spirit, and we can use that spiritual energy to keep our body as healthy as we want it, and we can actually grow younger. And that's what I'm going to be moving towards here in the future, just as one small spoke of the wheel. If anyone wants to learn how to grow younger, just pay attention to Dan the Man over the next few years, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's not a promise. My life could go anywhere and do what it wants, and God's in control. But that's something that interests me. Longevity, growing younger, cellular regeneration at the levels of scientific as well as spiritual. So I'm looking forward to getting more into that too, because that's just fun, you know, just fun, fun, fun. Isn't that what it's about, Tanya?
Yeah, it is. To me, that really should gravitate people to you. Like, I mean, I used to have probably about 30% gray hair, and now I would say maybe 3 or 4%. It's just come back in its normal brown color. You know, my eyes are not murky. They're There used to be sort of a greenish blue, and now they're like husky dog blue, and it looks like snow. The white of my eyes is like snow. You know, it's great not to have to put on makeup if you don't want to, not to have to wear deodorant, to have no body odor. If you sweat, it just is like a sweet smell. It's not anything repulsive, you know. I mean, that to me, do people not want that, you know? And it's there for the taking if people could just get their mind on board and speak the positive things out into the air instead of the negative. See that they're worth it, like you say, and that it can happen if they generally put their mind to it.
The value. We have to, like, somewhere inside of people like you and I, Tanya, we have this knowing that we are valuable. And we really want to try to convey that to anybody who's watching who may even have the slightest tinge of, devaluation, that you are valuable, you are more valuable than gold, you are the light of the universe, you are the star dust, you are a one-of-a-kind miracle, and you have talents and skills and abilities that nobody else has ever had, or ever will have. And if you don't give that gift, then we are all missing out. And I encourage everyone to find your gift. I've found mine, and I prayed long, long ago for a purpose. And it took many, many years to be prepared for that. So I recommend a lot of patience as well. But I was patient, and I knew after a while, after I got the subtle messages, you have to be patient, I am preparing you. And I was like, okay. And I allowed the preparation to continue. There were challenges, there were inspirations that came, and then one day I made a YouTube video, and I love my YouTube channel. It's my baby, and that's why when people say certain things, it's just, YouTube's my baby. It's my, like, I wish people like you, Tanya, are the ones. That's what I need, because you're getting it, because life is so precious, and we deserve it as individuals. You deserve it, Tanya, I deserve it, and you got the underlying message. That the skin and the hair and the eyes, that's all just a result of something that's happening on a much more deeper and subtle level. Like, I am valuable, okay? And that's what everyone needs to say. Repeat after me right now watching this YouTube video. I am valuable beyond what I can comprehend. None of us can even comprehend how valuable and how pristine and how divine we really are. And I'm telling this to my own self. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to you, Tanya. I'm talking to everyone, because I'm just a messenger to myself. I'm channeling right now, so I'm just talking to Dan right now. You are so valuable, bro. Love yourself, no matter what anyone says. If they don't get it, move on, smile, love them anyways. And the lady I talked to yesterday, Gail, I told her about what was going on a little bit. And we prayed together, and she just said, just love them anyways, just pray for them. And then I promised myself when she said that I would do that I would pray for the people who would want to hurt me, And then that will help. That will help, because anybody that's got negativity in any way, shape, or form doesn't know who they are, and doesn't know, and that's all of us. We've been bamboozled from the very beginning, and our parents didn't understand our divinity very well. Some of them do, but most of us weren't born to, like, yogis or whatever that would just bless us and step out of our way and let us be and grow and flourish. It was always, no, don't do this, no, don't do that. And pretty soon we just shrank and shrank and shrank, and now we're trying to just get our courage back again. We're trying to get our lives back so we can have that joy. So,
right.
Amen.
Amen, Dan.
Well, Tanya, this has been awesome. I think if I keep it this length, it'll be like the most perfect YouTube video I have ever made in my whole entire career on YouTube.
Okay. All right.
Tanya, text me anytime for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I might just call you up too because you really affected me in a positive way today. Your light is shining. You've, of course, obviously on this YouTube video, you've made me look really good, so that doesn't hurt either. But just knowing that there are some people out there that are really getting the overlying message with the food and the underlying message with the love, boom, we're changing the planet. Now I'm thoroughly convinced if Tanya, you're the only one, then I have done my job here on Earth well, and I am very satisfied.
Thank you. I want you to know how much I love you and how much people love you and all the abundance that I know is going to come your way. You are so deserving of that for every last bit of abundance coming your way, Dan.
Well, that would be so that I can just give it away and
Right.
give more to my children and my friends and plant fruit trees. That's what I want. That's why I want millions of dollars so I can plant fruit trees everywhere with I'll hire the best gardeners, that will make the best soil and put rock dust and crystals and make it so that the fruit is so regenerative. It'll be not like the crap in the stores these days, but real fruit,
Right.
And then I want to help to heal people and help to create some simple products that people can just use, like outlines and stuff, which my thing is like the YouTube, and I need those resources so that I can outsource to people that love what they do, so that they can channel this stuff coming through me about the radiation of the connecting back to nature, so that we can all heal. Otherwise, we're going to have some trouble here because we've got a lot of stuff working against us. But anyways, Tanya, I'm really feeling the channel right now, so I'm going to let it go. But I really, really appreciate that last thing. That's kind of the last little thing for me to work on, actually is that right there. I really appreciate that blessing that you just put on me.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, Tanya, get a hold of Ricky, and he's going to send you all that cool stuff, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sure the YouTube is going to absolutely love the little lady on the other end of the line. This has been probably one of the most exciting and beautiful YouTube videos I've made since the very beginning, so thank you so much, Tanya, for that. I am elated. I'm going to go outside and play.
Okay, thank you. I love you, Dan.
I love you too, Tanya. Thank you.
All right.
Bye now.
Okay, bye.
What more could possibly be said?